Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Stafford going to throw from the outset. And his first pass is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. 4
yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at the 34. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Escaping the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 45 yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And that is incomplete. And the Rams at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Stafford. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. When we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. The 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. Shifts by him. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Get a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They run it with Ballage. And he will handle first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Ballage. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. These Rams and Niners met 3 times a season ago. The Niners had the Rams number in the regular season, winning 31-10 in Santa Clara, and then again 27-24 in overtime in the season's final week. But the Rams got the last laugh in the NFC Championship game with that 20-17 victory. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Now goal for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Ballage. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Rams nothing.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
From the 50, Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. That's out to the flat for Gordon. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. And Stafford's going to take it himself. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for the Rams touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though the offense hasn't done anything without trying to we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
And from back there, wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing his Lance on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown! George Kittle, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Stafford sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
We'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
First down, San Francisco.
Lance looking to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, it's Lance. And this pass caught by Gray. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Lance again. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot before the break. Stafford going to let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 22. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing is Stafford. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was coming.
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Nick Bosa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Gano's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Niners take over 1st and 2. At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, McCaffrey. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 23. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, a 23-yard run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Gold with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. First down, Rams.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning Keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 15.
Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Stafford. And it's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a give, right side McCaffrey.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from on Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
McCaffrey running up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It was Troy Hill that time in on the tackle.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Lance going to hold on to it.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Drake Jackson.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they love this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They're all finished in the bout down in Houston, and it was the Titans who were able to take home the victory. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense,